Hey, hi, hello, welcome to Lost in Prose, where we talk about all things bookish. And in today's video, I will be recommending books that I read in the month of April. Basically, April wrap up. So let's begin. I read a pretty decent amount of books this month. I read about 5 books, which is pretty good for me, given that I am a slow and moody reader. Very moody, honestly. So these are, ooh, should I do a Moody Book Rex video? I really think I should do that. A Book Rex for Moody reader, something like that. Okay, anyway, I would like to introduce to you my very first read of the month, which was Swimming Lessons by Malcolm Sia, who is a debut author. And this book comes out on 29th of April 2025. So you better check it out because it comes out in just a few days, right? And it is super intriguing. So basically, Swimming Lessons is about Michelle Tan, whose life is anything but normal. And with her sister in the coma, she has to grapple with the torments of reality. Her sister, who meant so much to her, and seeing her this way is extremely difficult for her. The next character that we meet is Michael Chakravarti, who's a young constable, and he's been experiencing strange stuff during his night shifts, and that kind of, perplexes him, I would say. And he also gets very mysterious calls and stuff like that. And also another Captain Ishan, who heads the newly inaugurated Department of Supernatural Oddities, and he is shouldering the burden of being at the forefront of such an eerie department, and it comes with its challenges. I will not be going into my review of this book because I have reviewed this book in much detail in my reading vlog of this book. So if you haven't checked out my reading vlog, you really, really should. That speaks of the experience of reading the book as a whole. Now that I got into the mood of reading something like a thriller and supernatural, very eerie vibes, I picked up Silent Patient, which has been on my TBR since 2023. I bought this book then. Just imagine, my Amazon shopping history had told me that I bought it in 2023. So that's just sad. But anyway, now that I've read it, it was amazing. I don't understand why certain people do not like this book, but honestly, it was pretty good. And it is so intriguing. I did feel that it was a little draggy because it was, really so gripping that I wanted to get to the end of it. So I just wanted to get over with it quickly. Maybe that is why I found it draggy, but otherwise, the pacing's pretty good and the plot twist synced in so perfectly. I absolutely loved this thriller, and I don't know where it has been for quite a while now, and so many people have already read it. I felt as if I'm the last person on this earth to read this book. It's about Alicia Benson, who lived a seemingly normal life until 6 years ago when she shot her husband. And after that, she hasn't said a single word. She's been completely numb, completely silent. And it's time to find out why, and only he can do so. And he here is someone you'll know once you start reading. I will not let out anything. Literally, the least you know about this book, I think it would be the best for you to know very little about this book before you dive into it. And I think I've survived so many spoilers and like steered away from them on the internet. So I think that's what made the book so interesting to me, because if I would have got even a teeny tiny bit of spoiler, I would have completely lost my interest, because this book is amazing and each and every page has a spoiler in it. So I really think that you should check The Silent Patient out. It is extremely hyped all across Instagram, but it's, I think, very worth the hype, and I really loved it as a thriller. Thrillers are my very new obsession. I never read thrillers until last year, and I think around June I started with the Good Girls Guide to Murder. Before that also I had read thrillers, but I think Good Girls Guide to Murder, kind of fueled the fire and its intensity. So that's when I started reading more and more thrillers. So my family kind of seems concerned sometimes that I read too many thrillers, but it won't do anything, right? Anyway, next book, after reading such intense reads, I moved on to something. I think I messed up the order. But anyway, I moved on to something that was light-hearted and very, very cute. If you love watching Korean dramas, I haven't watched any. Do give me recommendations. If you love watching Korean dramas, you will definitely love Bing Su for Two by Sujin Witherspoon. This book is the ultimate cute romance book that I have been craving for so long, because they don't write romances like this anymore. And this has the perfect charm of it being a cute, fluffy, clean romance book that I think anybody in the age category of 15 and above can read with ease. And I absolutely love that about the book. The font, although I found it to be a little small, but apart from that, I think I really enjoyed the book. It has such good characters, fun and lovable, relatable in many aspects, and also, it's just how the story has kind of, went how it went on throughout the book, that is where it was so entertaining. It was so different also. I haven't read anything like this, so it kind of really gave me a very feel good sort of feeling. So I think that is why you love this book. And also, if you're already an avid romance reader, this one should be high up on your TBR for real. And look at how pretty the cover is, honestly. Yes. And also, okay, now let's dive into what the book actually is about. It's about River Langston Lee, who is a 17-year-old. And in the past 24 hours, he has dumped his girlfriend. He has walked out of his SATs, and he has also left his job at his parents' cafe in a spectacularly disastrous manner. So that, with all that, he still manages to get a job at a failing Korean cafe called as Bingsu for Two. And here he meets his very goth and, short tempered and also short, um, green haired boss. Who is absolutely grumpy, and her name is Sarang Cho. She is determined to make River's life as difficult as possible. River kind of captures a video of them making bingsu, and how Sarang keeps instructing him how to make bingsu and stuff, and he accidentally uploads this online, and that video takes off, and it brings new success and new fame to the failing cafe. And when this newfound success for bingsu for two catches the attention of River's ex girlfriend and also his parents, that's where things kind of get out of hand, and that's where I'll leave you. All this is given behind in the description, so I'd not give you anything extra because there's a lot more that this book has to unpack. It's very interesting, honestly. It's just very fun. I read it quite quickly, honestly, because I was craving something like this for quite a long time, and when it came along, I was like, oh, this is perfect. And I really just, so pretty. So I just love it, and I really, really wish that you check it out as well. Moving forward, I went on a streak of reading wholesome and fun books, basically. So next up is Billionaire Boy by David Williams. Now, of course, I needed to incorporate a children's book in my reading. I love reading children's books so much, and all thanks to my younger sibling, who keeps you know buying children's books also, or tells me to buy children's books, so I kind of still keep reading them, because then you see, one book is read by two people, so it's kind of a win-win situation, that sort of thing. Anyway, Billionaire Boy by David Williams is so cute and so funny. Honestly, David Williams is a new found favorite author for me as well as my younger sibling. We love the way he incorporates wholesome elements into his works, um, because he not only tries to be fun and humorous, but then he also adds in, certain aspects that you don't really think about. So like in this book, he speaks of, finding a friend, a true friend, despite having everything in the world. Sometimes all you need is a good friend, and no material possession or wealth can buy you that. So this one speaks of that. And earlier I had read Super Sleuth. I think last year I read it, or did I read it this year? I don't know, I read it but I think last year around December I read it. So in that one also, it was speaking of found family. So similarly, Billionaire Boy is about Joe Spud, who is the richest 12-year-old in the world. He has literally everything. You name it, he has it. He has a Formula One racing car. He has a pair of trainers. Not only one pair, but 1,000 pair of trainers. And also he has an orangutan for a butler. So basically, he has everything he wants, but he only wants one more thing, that is a friend, a true friend. So that is where it all begins, and it's absolutely heartwarming, honestly, and I really, really think you will love it. The last book that I read in April was The Door to Door Bookstore by Karsten Hen. I think this is translated from German, I think. Yes, it is originally published in German, so this is translated by Melody Shaw. So this book is pretty heartwarming. It is a book about books. So I really like stuff like that. So it is all very relatable. Many aspects are very relatable to a reader. The way he talks about us craving books and how a bookseller provides food for our soul, and that those sort of elements, and how bookstores, local bookstores, are also in times of sort of crisis, you could say, and where they also require assistance and importance, I would say. So this is about Carl, who may be 72 years old, but he is young at heart, and every night he goes door to door delivering books to his customers, and everybody needs a book, and he believes that there is a book written for everybody. So that is where he shines. Basically, he has this ability to sort of identify everybody's desires and everybody's passions or preferences, and carefully selects books according to that. And one evening, as he makes his round, he a 9-year-old girl called as Sasha, she appears, and she's loud, she is precocious, absolutely an opposite to Carl, and she insists on accompanying him despite Carl's resistance. So that kind of adds humor and sort of wholesomeness, heartfelt themes of the book. So that kind of makes me feel fuzzy, and it's also a little hilarious. Anyway, Carl's job at the bookstore is threatened, and will the old man and the girl in the yellow raincoat be able to restore Carl's way of life and return the joy of reading to his little European town? So that's all about the book. I did not enjoy the pacing a lot. Honestly, for me, it was very slow, and it just did not click. It just failed to achieve a certain level of my liking. And honestly, it is cute, no doubt. I liked it. I kind of wanted the book to be special due to a certain reason, but now anyway, I did not like it that much as I expected it to, but I think it was still pretty good. So these five books are what I read in the month of April, and do let me know if you've read any of these, and if you want to read any of these, if these have been on your TBR or now they'll go on your TBR. And also, if you wish to purchase any of these books, the link is in my description below, and that is an Amazon affiliate link from where you can purchase. See you next Friday. So do not forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And do let me know if you want to see anything particular. Goodbye.